Stone Brothers production.
Hello, this is a beginner's Maya tutorial for 2017 Maya. If you have 2016 Maya, that's fine. This is for beginners. So let's open up the program first. Basically, I'm just going to explain a brief little synopsis of some of the tools, like the easy tools, the viewports, and maybe some of the mesh tools, and some of the other things like that. So let's get into this. This is a perspective view. This is the main area. This is like the grid where your objects will be created. Usually when you click on any of these here, I usually use polygons. Some people like using curves and surfaces, but I'm going to start off polygons today. It's going to be very simple. So let's start off with, let's do a cube. So it puts it directly in the center of the grid. These are the tools. W is move tool. That's for Windows users. I'm not sure for Mac users, so this is specifically Windows users. But yeah, that's move tool, where you can move along the X, the Z, and this is the Y, up and down. Undo that. To undo, it's Control Z, and I believe it's Command Z in Mac. And this is the rotate. The rotate tool is E, and then R is scale, and that's for shortcut keys. You could always click it over here. This is rotate, this is move tool, and this is scale. So I'm going to go to the rotate tool again, which is E, and this is rotate. You can rotate this way, you can rotate basically any way you want. And then this way you can rotate all the way around like that. It rotates in the way you're viewing it. I'm going to undo that, Control Z, and this is scale. That's scaling the whole object. That's the center one, the center yellow one. This is the Y. You can scale it to make it fatter, longer, or skinnier. And you can do the same with that. Undo that. This is the pan. This is the pan in and out. You hold Alt on your keyboard and you hold right mouse button, and you can zoom in and out. And then this is the rotate. If you hold the Alt button again, this is to rotate around. And this left click. Rotate around your object if you need to see it in different points during certain points in time, if you need to edit certain sides. And this is just to zoom in and out. It's just the scroll button to zoom in and out. Sometimes it'll screw up and it'll go to different things. Like this is the vertex mode, where you can click and move a vertex like that. Sometimes it does that on accident if you click something. But to go back to it, to the regular object mode like this, you just hold right mouse button, and then you can go to any of these. This is space mode. This, you cannot just move one face. It's almost like scaling in a way. But you can do this too. You can go to scale, and you can scale just the top, and it'll actually scale everything else, and that's all the edges around it. So you can create like a pyramid sort of shape, like that. And you can go back to object mode, and if you hold the X button, you can snap it to grid. Let me do that again. Like that. It snaps it to where your point is, but if you click the D button, you can move your grid, your controls down to the bottom. And if you click spacebar, you can go to different viewports like this. And this is side view, front view, this is top view. And you can click spacebar again to go into the viewport. And then if you hold spacebar, you can change your viewports. Hold spacebar and left mouse click into Maya, into the Maya tab, and there's basically the subsets like over there. See file, edit, create. It's all when you click the spacebar, you just hold it down and you can click any of these. And basically, it's almost like using the tools up there, so it's like a shortcut little thing. Just giving a heads up for how to do this shortcut. You just click spacebar, hold it down, and you click, and then you let go once you want to click your wherever you want to go in the subset menu. So let me get out of here. Spacebar to get out. Spacebar to go back into perspective view. Let's go to mesh tools. Go to face mode. You can either go to edit mesh, extrude. I'm going to explain one of the edit mesh options, which is extrude. Extrude is extruding a face out, and it creates another. It just creates like something else, something different. And the shortcut key for edit mesh extrude, you can do Control E, and it will do that. And you can bring out that, and it shows an extra face. It doesn't do it on that side, but it does it on a single side. You can do that. But I typically like using extrude for face mode. Control E, you can bring it up. You can, once you barely touch it once, you can do the scale option to scale it all in. You can fix it up a little bit. You can even, if you wanted to, you can have it at an angle, however you want it. This is all dependent on what you're making. The extrude tool is very good for certain things, like if you're trying to make something based off of an image. So multicut. Multicut, you basically can go from the center of an edge, or you can hold a control button, and it's basically like almost using the edge loop tool, which I'll explain in a little bit. You hold the control button down, click there. It makes basically a cube, a four-sided face. It's always good to have your windows open for the face count and the tries count, because it all depends. You can be making a low poly object, which is very low faces and tries, and then there could be a high poly, which is like professional, like Uncharted or something like that. It's super high poly. Let's go to turn that on. Go to display, heads up display, and then poly count. I just turned it off, but that's the way to turn it on. You go to display, heads up display, poly count, or you can do it in the subset menu. You hold the space bar, display, heads up display, and then poly count. Now I'll show your polys. So see how it's 4 sides? If it's a 5-sided one, it's considered an n-gon. An n-gon is bad polys in your object. So let's say I'll do an example of that. Go here, 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 like that, for example. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 7 sides to this face and 7 up there. And that's considered an n-gon. It just doesn't look that good when you bring out the points. It like distorts it in a way. You can go hold the right mouse button, go to vertex to see that. See, it like just looks very abstract. It doesn't look very right at all. So you go and do that. You can go back to the multicut tool and fix that. Let's first straighten it out. Go here, lower it, raise this up, go up, like that. Okay. So let's go back to the multicut tool. That's like the recent tool that you used before the tool that you were already on. That's the recent tab. That's recent tool option. You can actually just create tries by this way instead of doing a quad, because you'd have a lot of poly count when you do it the way I was about to do it. Enter. Once you create your lines, you click enter like this. Enter. So that's a 4-sided. And then this is a try here. So now there's no, oh wait, no. Forgot about down here. remember to always check to see if you have more than 4 sides. So I'm a bit of a novice here. See, it's a 5-sided, so we're going to do that, close it off, hold on to a vertex, go to the other vertex, boom. So that's 3-sided, there's no more, oh no, there's one more, look at that. Definitely always have to look around your objects to make sure it's not all messed up. See, this is just example of it being all closed off with no n-gons. This is just sort of bad topology. It just doesn't look that great, and this is just an example of something I was showing. If you had an n-gon, you had to close it off. I wouldn't do this in an object if I was making it. It would just look bad. So next, I want to show you the edge loop tool. Go to Mesh Tools, insert edge loop tool. And this is basically almost the same way as the multi-cut, where you hold down the control of this. You don't have to do any holding down the Alt or Control or anything like that. You just click on an edge and then it creates it, or you can go up and down like this. And it'll create one up and down along the Y. Come on, do that though. And explained the target weld. Target weld is very good if you need to like weld things together, if your objects need to get welded together like this. I'm gonna delete, showing a quick example. I'm gonna delete, let's say, the face off of here. Go to here, delete. Let's say you have a hole and you need to close it up. Target weld is very good for that. You have to go to vertex mode, which I'm already in it, but you can right click and then go to there. Go to here. You can go either that way or you can go this way and close it off. And you can do target weld even if you don't, let's say if you messed up on typology, you just don't want it to look like this, you can just hold on one point, bring it to another, boom. So now it's closed off. Like that. You like basically it just merges 2 points together. It also is sort of similar with the edit mesh merge to center. It's basically almost merging 2 points together, or you can do edges or anything like that. So I'm going to explain a few more tools, and that's about going to be it for this video. Let's do the pen to polygon tool. So I'm going to go to here, go to face mode. I'm going to actually delete a couple of faces. Delete there. Let's say if you don't want any of these tries, you delete them. Boom. And you need to fill the hole. So let's say you don't want even this. Okay, so you need to fill a hole. So you go to edit mesh, or mesh tools, I'm sorry, and go to pen to polygon. And you click the edge and go down to here, and then it shows the red thing. It shows a red face, showing that it's made this face, and you click enter if you want this face. Boom. So basically it just created the face that's similar to the other faces on the same view of this pyramid. And you can just go back to the recent tool by just clicking there. Go to there, to there, close it off. Do the same thing, go to the recent tool, there, there, and I closed off all the holes. So that's about just a basic brief description on some of the tools. I just wanted to explain a little bit of the beginner tools like move tool, rotate, scaling, subset menu, how to get to it, how to rotate around, see other parts of the object, pan in and out, scrolling in and out. It's almost the same thing as panning, basically. I prefer the pan one because it makes it easier than just doing it this way. But yeah, that's about it. I'm going to probably do another video part on a beginner type tutorial on other tools like crease, connect tool. There's a couple other tools that I can explain. So thanks for watching my video, guys. Sorry if I was a little bit bad with my explanations. I'll get better at that as I make more tutorials. But I hope you enjoyed the video, and